Hey love, welcome to or back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Leara LuShae, and this is episode 53 of turning this shuttle bus into a home on wheels. In last week's video, I started painting the outside of the bus, so if you haven't seen that video and you would like to watch it, then I'll link it somewhere here in this video and also down below. But in this week's video, I will be installing the power here in the bus, so I will be hooking up my battery and running all the power to it. So yeah, let's get right into this video. Alright, we're installing the battery today. I had some extra wood left over from those garden beds that I made a couple weeks ago, so I cut that up and I installed that here in the dinette area as like a little bit of elevation for the inverter and the battery so that things can still breathe properly, and yeah, so that's what I did. But here in the bus, I will be powering everything from the fridge to the deep freezer and the hot water heater, the shower pump, the stove, the air fryer oven, the lights, and so much more. So that's why I got a battery from OKMO. This is the 12 volt 300 amp hour battery, and this is going to power everything here in the bus. If you haven't heard of OKMO, their batteries can power high wattage devices with strong and reliable output. They're more compact than other batteries on the market. They also come with a 5-year warranty, and they offer batteries of all sizes. So yeah, I am very excited to install this battery here in the bus, and if you would also like to get a battery from OKMO, you can use my link to shop on their website. They have a bunch of discounts going on right now, or you can also get it on Amazon. Prime Day is coming up, so you can get some discounts on there as well. But yeah, I'll link both links down below to their website and Amazon if you would like to shop. But let's get to installing this battery. And I would like to say, I am not an electrician. I am not like professional or anything like that. I am going to be installing it how I choose to install it, and I really hope that you guys are not like going crazy down in the comments saying that's not how you're supposed to do it, you're not supposed to do this, not supposed to do that. Please do not come at me. I am a beginner, and I have said this in a couple videos ago, I have the ability to change anything at any point. If I ever want to change my power setup, like the wiring and stuff, if I ever want to change the wiring, I can do so. Okay, right now it's like very beginner. Just wanted to say that, just wanted to put that out there. I am not an electrician. If you would like to follow what I'm doing, follow it if you would like, but please do not attack me in the comments. So yeah, but let's install this battery. Isn't it beautiful? It's perfect. It's amazing. So yeah, let's install this battery and get some power here in the bus. Like right now I'm plugged into an extension cord. So yeah, let's get some power, actual power running through the bus right now. Installing the power was actually pretty easy, but for some reason it took me an hour to do just because I couldn't figure out how to screw on the wires. But once I figured that out, it was fine. Everything moved fairly quickly after that. I did have 2 sparks, so I ended up putting my gloves on at some point, which I probably should have had on from the beginning, but we live and we learn. But anyways, For this install, I only used 3 items: the battery, the inverter, and the battery charger. The battery charger charges the battery, hence the name. Then the battery powers the inverter, and the inverter powers whatever you plug into it. I ended up going with a 4,000 watt inverter so I can power whatever I want, whenever I want. So if you're trying to determine what size battery and inverter you'll need, then you just need to calculate how much power everything in your bus requires, then get a battery and an inverter that'll match that. If you have a battery that's 3,000 watts, you'd want to get an inverter that's also 3,000 watts so that you'd be able to use all the power that your battery can offer. Because if you get an inverter that has a smaller wattage output, then you'll only be able to use the maximum wattage that your inverter provides. And as for the battery charger, that doesn't need to be plugged in all the time. As long as your battery is charged, it'll run on its own, so the lights will work and whatever else you have plugged in, it'll work. And if you're gonna do extension cords like I am, then I highly recommend getting the ultra heavy duty cords, and it took me so long to find the ones that I got, so I will link those down below along with the battery charger, the inverter, and the battery. Alright, moment of truth. I'm going to plug in the battery charger and then plug the lights into this. So the lights are gonna go off for a second, but then hopefully they should come back on. Woo! Yeah, battery works. This little thing, the little charger thing, is super loud. Can you guys hear that? Yeah, here we go. Battery is working and it is doing perfectly. Ah, this is so cool. The bus has power. All right, I turned the battery charger off, but the battery inverter is still running the battery. So the lights are still on in here. But I just wanted to say, right now the charger is plugged into an outlet that's plugged into the garage. So this is how I will run it when I'm like plugged in at a campground. If I'm plugged into the power at a campground, I will plug into here. However, I will be getting solar, so I will get a different adapter to go into here so it can connect to my solar panels. But then the setup would still be the same. It'll just be a different connector for the solar instead of this one here that goes to this outlet. So yeah, but I'm still gonna keep this one obviously, so that if I am plugging into somewhere, I can still plug this into there and run off of external power, or the other adapter that I get, it will plug in here and then go up to my solar. But yeah, here is the setup. It looks so good. It was so easy to install, and right now I just have this plugged in. This is how I will power majority of the things here on the bus. It'll be wait, what am I saying? It'll be heavy duty extension cords. And I know you're probably thinking, extension cords? What are you talking about? But yeah, it's heavy duty. They're like 4,000 or yeah, like 4,000 watts. Like maximum, so they're not like the regular heavy duty extension cords that are like 1,000, 2,000 watts. They're 4,000 watt extension cords. So yeah, they are very powerful. They are very powerful and they will run the bus. And if I ever decide that I want to upgrade to something different, like actual wiring and cords and all that, then I will easily be able to take these out and install wires, like actual wires. So yeah, that is what it's looking like. It looks so good. This battery is so powerful, and look, I have all this space. So yeah, everything has ample room to breathe. Everything can still breathe up in here, and I really like that I did the like these, I don't even know, what are these called? Like little stands, so that everything can still breathe properly. and this one is mounted so it'll breathe like that way. And then this one has fans here on the side, but they're not making any noise, so nothing's coming out of them. I mean, the thing is obviously working, so I don't know if that's just like the fans are just there in case it gets hot outside or something. I don't know. Or maybe if I'm powering a lot of stuff, which I will be, the fans might turn on. But this is what it's looking like in here. It looks so good. It doesn't look too crazy. And it works. So that's a bonus. Look at me. Almost an electrician. Yeah, but this is what it's looking like. So nice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, that's gonna be all for this week's video, but I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then please like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you get notified every single time that I post. And yeah, hope to see you guys next week. Bye!